Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. I'm sure you didn't know this, but the law firm for Uber and Lyft, what I call enemy number one for the gig economy, and they have been in 50 lawsuits fighting drivers, denying the rights, fighting against your pay, keeping you down, right? And we are going to turn their companies inside out, and we're going to expose these attorneys, right? Ted Boutros, you are going to be facing a PR nightmare, my friend. Josh Lipschitz, you are going to be facing a PR nightmare as I'm going to get involved. Thean Evangelis, you are going to be facing a PR nightmare. These are the heavy hitter attorneys contracted by Uber and Lyft that are prolonging, stalling us so that we don't get our rights, our monies, etc., etc. These are the people that are involved with Uber and Lyft, withholding us from the money that we really need to get during this pandemic. As evil can be, I have identified them as enemy number one, and I call upon all drivers worldwide, every single country, whether you're in the United States, whether you're in Netherlands, whether you're in South Africa, whether you're in Australia, whether you're in New Zealand, whether you're in Japan, whether you're in Germany, help us expose these individuals. 50 different cases, my friend, 50 different cases. Gibson, Dunn Crutcher, the LA law firm, is fighting against drivers and gig economy's rights. Go after them in social media. Use the names. I'm going to be publishing the names after this video. I'm going to be putting them underneath the video. Retweet. Make your own videos. I will put the link to Bloomberg Law. Fascinating how this company is picked as the choice by Uber and Lyft to really take on drivers, right? To play the stalling game. They are involved in over 50 lawsuits, right? Making insane money from Uber and Lyft. Literally most of the legal fees. I mean, Tony West is just he's an Uber puppet up there. But the guys who are doing the heavy lifting against us, right? They need to be exposed. We need to really show the public who this Ted Boutros, who this Gibson, a Dunn and Crutcher law firm is, and how they are fighting drivers and denying their rights, denying us the pay, right? I want Dustin, the rideshare driver, to make his video on this, read the article. I challenge Harry, the rideshare driver, every YouTuber out there, every driver out there, you got to go after public enemy number one, right? We have to expose Ted Boutros for who he is, right? Just an evil attorney taking money from these corporations and other gig workers. That's what they're doing. They're playing the stalling game in courts. They're letting us get to the finish line. These are the people involved in that $110 million effort to deny us, to withhold us, to keep us back. Knowing that these are the players behind the scenes, we got to go after them hard and heavy. And the way we do that is we will cost them so many other clients, right? When you read the article, when you have the names, I urge you, tweet, make your videos, go after these attorneys. They're right here. I'm actually going to go and do a live feed right down at their law offices. I'm going to go right over there next week and do a live feed. And if they ask me, what am I doing here? I'm going to tell them, I'm exposing you. The absolute frauds fighting drivers, right? Especially during pandemic times, right? The cover-ups, the secrecy that these guys are involved with, just keeping Uber and Lyft's formula under wraps. Us out there, essential workers on the front line, we don't mean anything to these law firms. We don't mean anything to Uber and Lyft, right? And listen, I want you to keep on making money. I want you to keep on collecting the PUA. I want you to get the unemployment. I want you to get creative and find plan B, plan C, and start your own company or become your own limo driver, right? But we should not be putting up with this crap that these attorneys have involved in 50 lawsuits fighting us. It's an LA company, and I'm happy they're on my turf because I'm more than willing to rumble with these MFs, right? Just absolute nonsense that they have to stall the law. It's all about stalling. It's all about not allowing us to get to the finishing line. It's about not allowing us to get to the trials. Uber did this very successfully in the UK. They stalled, they appealed, they stalled. Well, now they're at the Supreme Court and they have their day of reckoning, and I think they're going to lose that one. And we got to keep the pressure coming, folks. We have to be relentless. You know, we cannot give up. We cannot be complacent. We have to be relentless. It takes a lot of energy making these videos each week, doing the research, exposing these frauds. But here they are. I've identified them as enemy number one, colluding with Uber and Lyft, fighting us, fighting our rights, keeping us in the dark during the pandemic, withholding our monies, not paying out, bending the law, and using $110 million. $110 million that they could have been putting into so many other efforts, into health, safety. You know, they chose that money to fight drivers. We're going to fight back. And Ted Boutros, let me introduce you to Torsten Kunert, right? You have not experienced an animal like this, right? I see you as a little gazelle out on the African plain, and this hungry lion is going to come after your law firm. We are going to shine the light on this Ted Boutros cockroach. We are going to shine the light on the Thean Evangelis cockroach. We are going to shine the light on Josh Lipschutz's cockroach. You don't know how we operate, but we're coming after you, and we're going to expose your law firm, and we're going to cost you a lot of clients, because the public, after I'm done with you, the public ain't going to like your law firm, right? You're not going to be Superman or superhero lawyer number one anymore, right? You are going to wish that you had not engaged with drivers, right? So public enemy numero uno, right? To my Hispanic friends, to every friend out there, wherever you are worldwide, we're going to go after this law firm. Gibson, Dunn, and Crutcher. We're going to go after the attorneys Ted Boutros. We are going to go after Thean Evangelis. We are going to go after Josh Lipschutz, right? Bloomberg Law called upon these individuals and said, you know, why are you playing the stalling game? Why are you involved and denying? They would not answer. You know why they don't answer? Because they get back. Phil, it's buffering. Good morning. How are you? Happy weekend. Hopefully it won't buffer too often. I'm right here in the canyons, folks, so the reception is really, really bad. But I should be back, right? Hope all of you are going to enjoy a fantastic weekend. Stay safe. The PUA is running out. There is no decision, no meeting of minds between the Democrats and the Republicans on our PUA. So that will be discontinued for a while. I'm asking you, and I've made these videos in the past, and I know other YouTubers have made these videos, have plan B and plan C. Number one, Gibson, Dunn, and Crutcher. I am going to tear you apart online, right? You are going to be all over the social media. We are going to show the angle how this law firm is withholding our rights, how they are fighting us in the pandemic with Uber and Lyft, how they don't want us to get to the finishing line. We are going to shine the light on these cockroaches. I mean, when I see this Ted Boutros guy with his bushy, fat cheeks, looks like a hamster, my friend, your picture is going to be all over the internet. Not in a nice way. We're going to show the public who you are. You're a filthy, trashy attorney willing to take dollars from Uber and Lyft to fight millions and millions of drivers, right? That's got to be shitty karma, my friends, and we're going to expose them. The same for Thean Evangelis, the same for Josh Lipschutz. Watch us come after you. Watch how one video causes an avalanche on social media, right? So tweet, share in the Facebook groups, make your own videos, right? But look them up. Look them up. Look up the article, Bloomberg law, and then put in Gibson, Dunn, blah, 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 Uber. You will come across this article. I'm going to put the link afterwards this afternoon when I'm back. I'm going to put the link underneath this video so you can read it for yourself. I've identified these MFs. Can't really say what MF stands for because otherwise YouTube hits me, right? So I've identified these MFs as public enemy number one. And our base of millions of drivers, I'm calling upon my Dutch friends, I'm calling upon my South African friends, I'm calling upon all drivers worldwide. Gang up against Gibson, Dunn, right? We will break them down, right? And when we break them down enough and cost them enough business, they will desert, they will leave Uber and Lyft. You think we can't do it? My friends, regimes were changed on social media. Presidents fell on social media. The social media will make or break your brand, and we are going to break their brand, right? Because we have to put the relentless pressure on these individuals in order for them to cave in and give us what we truly deserve. We can't just have them stalling, playing the stalling game, because they will not allow us marathon runners to get to the finishing line. Together, we are going to cross that marathon line, and the victory is going to be for the drivers and the gig workers, not for the companies, not for Ted Boutros, not for Gibson, Dunn and Crutcher, not for Josh Lip, I would like to call him Lipschutz, his name is Lipschutz, and Thean Evangelis. We're coming after you, ladies and gentlemen. So buckle up. Michael L's in the house. Thumbs up, everyone. I'm not going to make this very, very long. It's a call for action. I'm calling for action. I want millions and millions of drivers. They're involved in the 50 biggest lawsuits against us, fighting us. So you know why I branded them? You know why, like when you brand the cattle, you know why I put that brand on Ted Lipschutz's ass, right? It's public enemy number one. We're going to go after him. You know, just how we expose Derek Kay and and Logan Green and John Zimmer every week for all the shenanigans that they do, for all the little evil, little secret plans and the algorithms. It's finally coming to light. Thanks to brave drivers, thanks to brave drivers in the UK, thanks to brave drivers around the world who are willing to take on these titans. We don't have a problem in the David Goliath match. Let the Goliaths try their luck with us. Let the Goliath attorneys try their luck with us, right? We have the numbers, we have the social media. All they have is shitty attorneys. All they have is shitty executives trying to undress us, trying to deny us. So let me fire up the base. Let me fire up the base this weekend, right? Your weaponry, my friends, is social media. You're going to turn to social media and you are going to shine the light on the cockroaches of the world. The cockroaches are called Gibson, Dunn and Crutcher. The cockroach is called the Ted Boutros. The cockroach is called the Lipschutz. Yes, these are the cockroaches, my friends. The Thean Evangelis, the cockroach of the world. Sherelle's in the house. I sent you the pictures yesterday of Kevin the entrepreneur. I'll call on you, Kevin, after you read the article. Please expose these cockroaches. Boutros, numero uno, along with Tony West and Derek Kay, the numero uno cockroaches of the world, right? We are going to put so much pesticide in their surroundings. These cockroaches are going to run. They're going to hide. So you got to trust me on this one, right? I call upon the drivers to pound these guys online. Pound and pound and pound. Ted Boutros, Thean Evangelis, Josh Lipschutz, and look up the law firm in LA, Gibson Dunn. Gibson, D-U-N-N, Gibson Dunn and Crutcher. They're in LA. Do some Google searches and start shining the light. And the light, my friends, will be exposed through social media. Thank you. All right, now that I got that out of the way, how is everyone doing? I am extremely alarmed by the fact that both parties have not reached an agreement and that there will be a lapse. I'm really, really worried that drivers will not be able to make their rent, right? And I hope that these two parties can work together and come to some resolution, to some agreement, so that life can carry on. So that you don't have to be surrounded by stress and worry and stay up at night and get no sleep. Because if you don't get sleep because of stress, it just starts snowballing. It gets worse and worse and worse, right? You need to be calm, relax, and be able to get a good 8 hours sleep. Talking about sleep, a few days ago, I'd been working around the clock. What's up? Mario, how are you? Good to see you, buddy. A few days ago, I think about 3 days ago, prior to that, for a whole week, morning to night, and then my body just said, I fell asleep at 6 p.m. and I woke up, I think, at 7 a.m. Got 13 hours of sleep, because your body tells you you need rest, right? You can't just go. You can't drink Red Bulls and coffee, and you know, we got to get some exercise in there. We got to get some relaxation in there. We got to get some meditation in there. We got to get good food in there. Awesome. Yeah, LAX is a ghost town. I've been there, I think, about 5 times in the last 2 weeks, picking up, drop off. It's an absolute ghost. I've never seen LAX like it. Drive in, drive out, no traffic. I went to Ontario Airport. I mean, there was one car, literally 1 or 2 cars within a duration of about an hour. Dead. You want to talk about the most quiet airport I have ever seen worldwide. I mean, I've been to many airports, but Ontario, California, there were literally 2 cars in the 1 hour. No one was there. So hit the thumbs up, do your research on these thugs, and let's start exposing them. Let's start exposing them. We are going to start an avalanche. Ted Boutros, you would have wished you had not messed with us, right? A lot of right hooks, a lot of uppercuts. We are going to knock these attorneys out. They're going to wish they had not gotten involved in 50 lawsuits against gig workers to deny the rights, to withhold pandemic. They've put everything in place to stall so that you don't get the money. And they backed the wrong horse. They backed Uber and Lyft. Please back me on this one. How's the weather out that way, bro? We got a hurricane. Yes, I heard. I think in Corpus Christi. I'm following you. I send prayers. I hope that all our brothers and sisters in Corpus Christi in Texas stay safe. May you be protected from Hurricane Hannah. Hopefully it passes by and there's minimal damage to your house, minimal damage to humans, animals, whatever it may be. I mean, Mother Nature is the most powerful. You remember that tsunami several years ago killed about 300,000 people. One tsunami, one tectonic lift in the ocean caused a ripple effect of tsunamis all around the world. There were even waves on the East African coast, all over Asia. I mean, Mother Nature, do not mess with Mother Nature. Just like I would say to Ted Boutros, do not mess with pissed off drivers. right? So if they tell you to box up the windows, to put the boards up, to close up, to get the sand sacks, do it and then get out. Don't try and take on Mother Nature if they give you evacuation orders. I remember a hurricane that hit Cape Town, and I was young, in my 20s, tried to be the superhero. I saw a double-decker bus get blown over. I saw my neighbors, the waves were so big because I lived right on the ocean. The waves came into the living room, tore all the TVs, all the furniture out to sea, because I had my house right on the rocks on the Indian Ocean, right? Do not mess with Mother Nature. Sending you nothing but positive thoughts, bro. And hit me up once the hurricane has passed by. We're praying for you. We're praying for our brothers and sisters over there in Texas. May they stay protected. May they stay safe. And we with you. We stand with you. Oh, it's Saturday. It's going to be a good weekend. Gonna have a little bit of a dinner later with some good friends. No party, just a dinner. Gonna wear our masks, gonna sit apart 6 feet, gonna talk, catch up. You know, you need that for your sanity, right? You need to stay sane during these pandemic times. You can't just box yourself in and turn the lock of your house and just lock yourself in. You got to have human contact. Get onto Zoom, talk to people, share. A lot of people have been getting into depressions, into suicides. You know, join discussion groups. Category 1 hurricane and growing. Category 1 hurricane and growing. God forbid it gets higher than that. Hopefully it just subsides and blows over. And I love, listen, if there's a state that I love, is Texas. I lived in Houston for 2 years. Some of my best friends are in Austin, Houston. I got a friend coming out now next week from Austin, Texas. Chris, one of my dearest friends, Senator Rodney Ellis, that I've known for 26 years, in Houston. Used to live down there by the Galleria on Bering for a good 1.5 years. I mean, I've had so many wonderful, wonderful experiences. I love the Texans. They're warm, they're genuine, they're real, they know how to party, they're sincere, you know. It's hard here in LA, my friends. There's a lot of entertainment people, a lot of wannabes, a lot of flaky people. Man, I've come across a lot of interesting characters in LA. But let me tell you about real, genuine, good people. And I mean, I haven't lived in many cities in the United States, but I have lived in Texas for 2 years, and I like the Texans. I really do. And good food. Oh my God. I would put on so many pounds with all those smoked meats and spare ribs and all that home cooking, that southern food. I'd be round as a barrel. Thank goodness they don't have this good Texan food here in California, because man, that is my weakness. They make the best food. I don't know how restaurant just outside of Austin I used to go. Does that ring a bell? Salt Lord, was that good? Beyond delicious. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. And I'm going to put the link to this article from Bloomberg Law. It really shows and breaks down how these attorney thugs are involved in our lives, in 50 of our lawsuits, withholding our rights, fighting us. And I've declared them public enemy number 1. Along with Uber and Lyft, Dara, the people that don't care, the people that are siphoning the money out of your bank accounts, out of your, right? Even, remember that story that I did right in the beginning as it broke, with the airports where Uber is taking deductions of the fines out of your working with government officials, taking monies out of your account for LAX fines, airport fines. What's that all about? The good thing is that had an avalanche of press releases, anti-Uber, anti what they were doing there, taking money out of the hard essential workers. During these times, during the pandemic, they are taking monies out of your accounts without you having the right to appeal. I tell you what, there will be lawsuits filed, and Gibson and Dunn will be defending again. Yes, and Gibson, Dunn in LA will be defending Uber again against these monies taken out of our account. And yes, they will be making more money. But as they will be taking more money, we are going to expose them for being who they are, right? We're going to keep on exposing them. The more lawsuits, the more they fight us, the more we will come after Gibson, Dunn and Crutcher. And Ted, whatever your name is, Boutros, the fluffy hamster guy, watch next week. Your face, your name is all over the social media, and not pretty, right? Because we are going to activate millions of drivers, right? You have opened up the hornet's nest, my friend. He's been quietly working behind the scenes to FUCK us, quietly behind the scenes. Now I've done my homework and really found out more about who the players are and what they're doing, and that they're actually involved in 50 lawsuits. Look, this, my friends, this takes time. You know, time is money, right? The time that I'm spending on this, researching these cockroaches, getting the names, etc. It's not fun, but it has to be done. Torsten, can you comment on the new bill trying to get passed? Well, again, it's really tough right now for new bills to get passed, because they, the only comment I can make on this is that they're so far apart in Congress, right? Mitch McConnell is going to put a bill down come Monday. He's going to put a proposal down. I'm going to tell you right now, the other side's not going to accept it, right? If you're starting to lowball the grants, and by the way, the majority of that grant money went the wrong way, right? It went to corporations that did not need it, right? So that money is dried up. So now you're trying to extract more water from a stone, right? Very difficult to extract more water from a stone. Second round of stimulus, more further EIDL grants, further PUA. It's difficult to extract water from a stone when you've handed out all this free money to companies and people that don't need it, right? And I'm being a realist here. I'm telling it as it is, right? You may think I'm crazy on this one. No, still people out there today that are fighting for their PUA that haven't been paid. That's unacceptable, my friends. Months and months later, they haven't received their monies. What is that about? That's about the state or the government, whoever it is, not taking care of these essential workers, right? So if you don't stomp your feet, shout from the mountaintops, and use social media, you got to throw out these names, just like I am shining the light on Ted Boutros, shining the light on Thean Evangelis, shining the light on John Lipschutz, right? I'm going to get their pictures. Watch Monday my videos. Oh, it's going to be open house Monday, so it's all about you. But I'm going to make another video, maybe on Sunday, where I'm going to get the pictures of these 3 cockroaches, right? I'm going to put their cockroach number 1, cockroach number 2, cockroach number 3, right? These are the roaches in our kitchen taking our food. So, sorry, long answer to your question is, it's really hard to give you an answer on additional grants, on additional PUA, on additional unemployment, when these two sides are not even remotely close in making a decision. I found this really awesome motor performance shop called Westside Performance. Little shop. I think I'm just going to walk in there with my video playing. Cool guys. Guys built his business since 1977. I needed a intake high performance intake manifold. I had some technical questions. The guy is like a walking encyclopedia. He's in Santa Monica and Pico. Expensive, but good. You know what you're paying there. You're getting the best advice on your car. And that's if you're building high performance cars. I'm putting a lot of money into the engine of this 55 Blair. A lot of money. You should see it. Owned a semi, but parked it in February. Oh, you did? Well, you probably parked it because you're smart. You wanted to be safe. You wanted to stay safe. You wanted to keep your family safe. I didn't read the entire message, but I'd love the follow-up on that. We're on Bundy. Bundy is where O.J. Simpson apparently killed. I say he did kill her. We like literally 3 streets away from where O.J. Simpson murdered that wonderful blonde lady. Hands up who thinks that OJ did it. F.O.J., I like that. F.O.J. F.O.J. How did he get out? How is he living the life in Florida? He should be in jail for life, man. Oh, the glove didn't fit. If it doesn't fit, you cannot acquit. Oh, if it doesn't fit, you have to acquit. If it doesn't fit, you have to acquit. Well, we are not going to acquit Ted Boutros. We are not going to acquit Gibson Dunn. We are not going to acquit Uber. We are not going to acquit Josh Lipschitz. We are not going to acquit Thean Evangelis. We're going to hold them responsible. And you, Tony West. All right, I think we're coming up to the location inside the nation. Oh, wow, there's an interesting car here. Wow, there's an interesting car. Ooh, and they're open. Yeah. They are open. I'm going to order a few parts here. Give me 1 second. What am I after? Okay. I've got to make sure that Yeah, and well, who defended OJ? Was it? That's cool. Look at this beauty. Wow. This beautiful bike. And this is them. West Side Performance. West Side Performance. You're live on YouTube. These gentlemen, come down, guys, to West Side Performance. Check them out. Let me go outside, show you the number if you need the parts. They're on 1223 West Pico. And they have been, I think the gentleman said, since 1977. And they're extremely professional and helpful. And they have everything you need. And these are the guys. I have a big YouTube channel. Automotive, Uber, Lyft drivers, etc. So I always show them the latest and greatest spots. So here we are. These guys helped me yesterday. So I'm going to wish you, everyone, a fantastic weekend. Stay safe out there. Don't get caught with the COVID, everyone. And I will be back